Give meanings. Manuscript, a handwritten document. Loped off, moved along with long easy steps. Altered, changed, nagged away, annoyed by puzzling. Epigrammatic, with a short and witty expression. Clarity, clearness. J. Littlewood, an English mathematician. Contrivances, appliances, gadgets. After all, after dinner in the dining hall. Gauss, German mathematician. Euler, Swiss mathematician. Kapitsa, Soviet physicist and Nobel laureate. Cross the water, travel across the sea, ocean. Namakkal, district in Tamil Nadu. Startling, surprising. Insight, deep understanding. Theological doctrine, set of beliefs about God and religion. Pantheistic benevolence, an attitude of mind to do kind things born out of many gods. Alan Saint Aubin, Fellow of Trinity. Self indulgence, doing something for one's own pleasure and satisfaction. Amiable, pleasant and friendly. Baffling, strange and difficult. Come to terms with, accept gradually. Rigor, harsh, difficult condition or concepts. Sentimental, full of emotions. Ionic, opposite of what is expressed. A fellow, an award, title and honor given by the Royal Society, England. Conveyance, year, a vehicle. The war, World War I, 1914 to 1918. Galois, French mathematician. Abel, Norwegian mathematician. Answer the following questions. What did the manuscript contain? The manuscripts contained theorems. Most of them were wild or fantastic looking. One or two were already well known and laid out as if they were original. Why could Hardy not enjoy his game? Hardy could not enjoy the game because he was puzzled by the Indian manuscript which he found that early morning. What did the two English mathematicians realize by midnight? The two English mathematicians realized by midnight that the manuscripts were written by a natural mathematical genius. What were the two drawbacks in Ramanujan's career? There were defects in his education and he had come on the scene too late in the line of mathematical history to make a contribution on the same scale. These were the two drawbacks in Ramanujan's career. What superstition did Ramanujan's mother believe in? Ramanujan's mother was usually strict about her religious observance. She did not allow Ramanujan to travel across oceans or seas. His mother had the highest respect for the goddess of Namakkal. One night, she dreamed that her son was seated in a big hall among a group of Europeans, and the goddess of Namakkal had commanded her not to stand in the way of her son fulfilling his life's purpose. So she allowed her son to travel abroad. These were the superstitions believed by Ramanujan. What surprised everyone one morning? One morning, Ramanujan's mother made a startling announcement. She had a dream the previous night in which she saw her son seated in a big hall among a group of Europeans, and the goddess of Namakkal had commanded her not to stand in the way of her son fulfilling his life's purpose. She had banned Ramanujan from traveling abroad, but now she agreed to send him after seeing the dream. So everyone was surprised one morning. What did Adi have to teach Ramanujan? Adi had to teach Ramanujan some formal mathematics. Why does he call it an unusual experience? Ramanujan was self-taught. He was an untrained genius. Ramanujan had not been able to enter Madras Chennai University because he could not matriculate in English. He had not received a formal education. He did not know about theorems, proofs and reasons for mathematical problems, though Ramanujan was a mathematical genius and had a deep insight into the subject. Adi found it an unusual experience teaching mathematics to someone who had the deepest insight into the subject but who had literally never heard most of it. This was an unusual and singular experience for him. Can you work out the sum of cubes in two different ways which equals 1729? 1729 is a Ramanujan number which can be expressed as the sum of the cubes of two numbers, that is 1729 is equal to 1728 plus 1 is equal to 12 cube plus 1 cube. 1729 is equal to 1000 plus 729 is equal to 10 cube plus 9 cube. What is exceptional about the number 1729? The number 1729 is the smallest number expressible as the sum of two cubes in two different ways, which is exceptional about it. Name all the famous mathematicians mentioned in this write-up. R.D., Ramanujan, Gauss, Euler and Kapitsa are all the famous mathematicians mentioned in this write-up. Use the following words phrases to make sentences of your own. Enthusiasm. Meaning, strong excitement about something. Sentence. The speech aroused the enthusiasm of the students. Lope off. Meaning, to move or run. Sentence. The trainer trained the newly brought horse to lope off. Fraud. Meaning, cheating. Sentence. The frauds in our country are increasing day by day. Clarity. Meaning, the quality of transparent. Sentence. His books are a pleasure to read because he writes with such clarity and precision. Amiable. Meaning, good natured. Sentence. The drink had put him in an amiable mood. Come to terms with. Meaning, to learn to accept and deal with an unpleasant situation or event. Sentence. Counseling helped her come to terms with her grief. Conveyance. Meaning, transportation. Sentence. The company relies on trains for the conveyance of goods. The following words can be used as nouns as well as verbs. Visit, honor, report, watch, form, surprise. Make pairs of sentences of your own using them as a noun in one and as a verb in the other. For example, she gave a smile. Noun. Babies smile when they see their mother. Verb. Visit. Noun. I recently made a visit to my hometown. Verb. London is one of the most beautiful places to visit. Honor. Noun. Raju is a man of honor in his words. Verb. It was a simple ceremony to honor the goddess Durga. Report. Noun. Is the news reporter about the murder true? Verb. Many accident cases have been reported. Watch. Noun. There are various beautiful watches in the shop. Verb. I will watch television after reaching home. Form. Noun. It is a form of marriage registration. Verb. The students form a line for the morning prayer. Surprise. Noun. The surprise plan worked successfully. Verb. I was surprised by the news. Say why. Ramanujan's letter bored and irritated R.D. at first. Ramanujan's letter was written in Orty English and signed by a person unknown to R.D. The script appeared to consist of theorems, most of them wide or fantastic looking. Some of them, though well known, were laid out as though they were original. There were no proofs of any kind. It seemed to be a kind of fraud and hence bored and irritated Hardy. Hardy invited Littlewood for a discussion. Hardy could not get the Indian manuscript out of his mind. It had wide theorems he had never seen before or imagined. He wondered if it was an unknown mathematician of genius. He had another look at the script and then invited Littlewood for a discussion to clarify his doubts. Mother agreed to send Ramanujan to England. Ramanujan's mother had a dream in which she saw her son seated in a big hall among a group of Europeans, and the goddess of Namakkal had commanded her not to stand in the way of her son fulfilling his life's purpose. Hence, obeying the command of the goddess of Namakkal, mother agreed to send Ramanujan to England. R.D. and Ramanujan could not talk freely with each other. Ramanujan was an untrained genius. There was a big difference between Ramanujan's and R.D.'s education. Ramanujan knew nothing of modern rigor. He did not know what proof was, and R.D. was obliged to teach him some formal mathematics. He was sometimes confused with Hardy's conversation when it was outside mathematics. Due to all these reasons, Hardy and Ramanujan could not talk freely with each other. Ramanujan had to be hospitalized. Ramanujan had to be hospitalized because he was ill. He later died of tuberculosis. Ramanujan found the number 1729 very interesting. Ramanujan found the number 1729 very interesting because it is the smallest number expressible as the sum of two cubes in two different ways. Read the text and enlist the achievements and honors of Ramanujan received in England. Ramanujan's achievements and honor received in England. The Royal Society elected him a fellow at the age of 30, which even for a mathematician is very young. Trinity College elected him a fellow in the same year. Ramanujan was the first Indian to be given either of these distinctions. Underline the verbs in the following sentences and state whether the sentences are in the active or the passive voice. England gave Ramanujan great honors. England gave Ramanujan great honors. Gave active. A large untidy envelope was decorated with Indian stamps. A large untidy envelope was decorated with Indian stamps. Was decorated passive. The timetable was not altered. The timetable was not altered. Was not altered passive. She saw her son in a big hall. She saw her son in a big hall. Saw active. RD corrected his statement. RD corrected his statement. Corrected active. Ramanujan was brought to England. Ramanujan was brought to England. Was brought passive. Change the voice in the following sentences. Hardy taught Ramanujan. Ramanujan was taught by Hardy. He knew nothing of the modern rigor. Nothing of the modern rigor was known by him. Sheets of paper were found in it by Hardy. Hardy found sheets of paper in it. Hardy was bored by that manuscript. That manuscript bored Hardy. Trinity supported unorthodox talent. The unorthodox talent was supported by Trinity. He could not break the ban. The ban could not be broken by him. Identify whether the following are simple, complex, and compound sentences. When he opened it, he found sheets of paper. Complex sentence. He glanced at a letter. Simple sentence. Hardy was not only bored, but he was also irritated. Compound sentence. Ramanujan turned out to be a poor clerk. Simple sentence. If Ramanujan had been better educated, he would have been even more wonderful than he was. Complex sentence. Ramanujan was self-taught. He knew nothing of the modern rigor. Compound sentence. From the lesson 4.2, pick out one example of each of the following. Simple sentence, complex sentence, compound sentence. Simple sentence. Modern techniques are used nowadays for anesthesia. Complex sentence. Today, if you need to have heart surgery, you can choose from many fine doctors. Compound sentence. Over the years now, evolutionary steps have been taken in different types of complicated surgery, and these have made such operations successful.